Hey, what's up guys? Hopefully by now you've seen my bargain store reveal, mystery event reveal video, and you've seen what's in the bargain store. But right now what I'm doing, it's about 4 hours later, I'm recording a strategy video, and this is gonna drop at about the same time that the bargain store becomes available in the global server. So what is my strategy? So first of all, let's look at the bargain stores. There's a couple things that you can buy. Crimson chests, which you can get some crimson mains. You can get grays, you can get legendary. I once got a legendary one on, in fact, I think I got two on two different accounts though. Once again, if you are, I say once again, but if you are a champion account, you definitely want to buy those. If you're a free-to-play account, I would suggest buying those only if you are lacking some mains and you have the secondary on one equipment. Please, if you're free-to-play, don't build more than one champion gear. Otherwise, you're just going to have a bunch of grays and it's worth nothing. Next up is the champion jewel, very expensive. It gives army HP, which is really good. Obviously in a mix set, but it's very expensive. We're talking about 72 times 3. That's like 200,000 gems over the next 3 days, and you're only gonna get like a blue and 2 grays. So it's very, very expensive. I would suggest that if you're free to play, that you stay away from those. This is for the big boys. Astrolite is really good for end game accounts, as well as players like free to play players planning for the long term. If you need to make a choice between Astrolite and gear and rare material, please do the rare material first. You need to build up your gear before you want to start looking at Astrolite. Don't buy Astrolite to use on bad equipment like level 50, 45. I don't think you can do 45, but 50 and 55, just be careful with those, because you're gonna regret it someday when you could have used those Astrolite on better piece of gear. Chest of packs is something that if you're a rally lead, you really need to invest in those. Get the UE ups, the Frostwing, as well as the Queen Bee. They're pretty good for a different reason. Now, if you already have some at Elders, you probably don't want to buy that. Obviously, the bottom portion is what you're going to get most: cores, anima, and speed up. So be careful. This is not really good. If you're free to play and you really want those, guys, you're going to have a bad time with the brilliant orb. So you need to be careful about that. I would suggest to maybe skip the chest of packs until you have enough brilliant orbs, and by that time you probably will unlock most of them through Tycoon. Chest of power is something that rally lead need to buy for the army attack, as well as the license to kill. Army size boost is something you can get from Dark Essence level Darkness 6, so I would not look at that. And there's always a chance you're gonna get like army defense, which you don't want. Next up is Ember Chest, very important for players that are basically that have purple and gold gear, looking to get their stuff to mythic. If you already are at the gold and mythic level, this is one of the best way to get them. You're gonna get 54 chests. You're bound to get at least the equivalent of, I would say, a couple purple from this. You can be very unlucky and get like the equivalent of 1 purple and a couple blues, but it's a great way to get embers. Next up, we got 3 rares from the newer monsters. These are blast monsters. So Gorilla is for Cav. Lunar Crest from the Outlaw is either range with the armor or Cav for the offense, and Forbidden Tome from the card drawer is only for infantry. If you're free to play, I would stay away from those unless you're close to an upgrade, and that would give you an upgrade. Otherwise, this is really for like high-end players that are looking to max their blast, because these piece of gear, aside from champion, are gonna give you the best equipment for a blast set. Next up is gonna be the mix set section. So there's the Halos, Blueprints, Mutated Brain, and Frostwing Hearts. If you're Team Skull Crusher, you're going to want to buy the brains and stay away from the hearts. If you're Team Frostwing Greatsword, well, I'm sorry for you, but it's the first time that, or it's been a long time since we add those in there. If you want to buy those, it's your choice. I would advise against that. The Skull Crusher from the Mutated Brain is better. Aside from that, the things you really want to buy is the Glowing Halos. So if you are lacking some gems, make sure to prioritize the Glowing Halos, because first of all, usually you will need at least 2 cups in your mix set, and the the cups, they require 13 rare. So it's from the old monsters. It's the one that requires the most, so it is very expensive. So prioritize the Glowing Halos. Blueprints is also kind of a must because almost everyone has a firewall plate in their mix set. If you don't have a firewall plate, that's because you probably have some champion in there. Otherwise, go watch some guides because you're using the wrong things. Next up is going to be the Terror and the Trojan Jewel. So every rotation of Bargain Store, we have a different troop type. So this type is infantry. Now the thing that you want to look at is you get 36 Trojan Jewel if you buy all of them, and you get 24 Terror Jewel. Trojan Jewel are really harder to get from chests and monsters. So I would suggest that if you are not a free-to-play player, but if you are like a rally lead, and you want to max out your infantry, go ahead and buy those Trojan Jewel because they're so hard to get. 36 will give you 2 blue and 1 green, while getting 24 here, we're gonna give you basically 1 blue and 2 green. So you're gonna get a little bit more from the Trojan Jewel. Wolfpack Sigil is something that is very good for fillers. So if you were in a war guild but you are a filler, that's a must. You gotta get these. So you can get basically 36. Once again, that's 2 blues and 1 green. Sorry. This is basically how much? This is about 90,000 gems. Very expensive though. But yeah, Wolfpack Sigil is very good. Next up is gonna be the Star Scroll. You can buy. You get 90 over 3 days. That is for 45,000 gems. It's pretty good because the Star Scroll are really hard to get. Sadly, with my budget this time, I'm not gonna get some. This is on the Taiwan server, so don't look at the gems. And I would suggest to almost everyone to skip the elixir, especially if you're free to play. You should have a way much easier way to get your familiars to a decent level with gems. Now, the only situation where you would want to buy this would be if you don't have frags and you don't have potions, and you really need to get an upgrade ASAP for a special event like KVK next week or something like that, or WoW, whatever. But I would stay away from this. Alright, so this is basically what's in the bargain store. Now let's look at my strategy. Let's look at my accounts. I will switch over to all my 4 accounts, and basically the first thing I wanna do is go over all 4 accounts, and I'm gonna tell you what I do on each of them. So basically, I'll start with Throwow while the main account to Allinger is loading. Throwow is an infantry blast account. The challenge on this one that I'm doing is I want to get the Winter Mitts. It's a stupid challenge, but I want to get the Winter Mitts to plus 12 tempering. So what do I need? I need bells. There are no bells, but I need embers, even though I have enough. And then I will need to astrolight those. So this is what I'm going to be focusing on. And then any gems that I have left over, I'm simply going to work on my mix set. So my mix set looks something like this on this account. So definitely gonna look at the firewall plate, the cups, as well as the Skull Crusher. Now Langer 4 is a different beast. Langer 4, okay, I cannot change my mix set because of the energy, but Langer 4, the challenge on this one is, let's say if we go here, basically my speed set, I want to get this to mythic, so I'll need some blazing ember, and I want to get some sigil to fill all of this. So right now I've got 1 gold and then 4 purple. I cannot inlay in those because they are not I have not unlocked the research yet, but I'm working on this. So basically, I need Saber Fang, which we don't get. I need Blazing Embers, and I need Sigils. So we're gonna be looking at that. And then the rest, the leftover, is going to be towards my mix set. My mix set looks a little bit something like this. So it's about the same. So I need Firewall Plate. I need blueprints. I need arts, not arts, but brains, as well as halos. Okay, and then Langer 69 in the 69 LMAO guild. I am working on the crazy challenge of getting this Champion Light free-to-play, completely free-to-play, to gold and then mythic maybe. So I need Crimson Mains, and I need eventually, if I get this too, I need also some Blazing Ember, but it's gonna take a long time. And one of the reasons why it's rough on this account is I'm Langer 69. The 69 LMAO guild is it's not that active. Oh, and I need to use my energy, so I don't have a lot of gems. So that's gonna be the team of this account. Now let's go on Langer 2-hour Langer. So the first, what do I have on? I cannot change my mix. The challenge on this account was, first of all, to get T5. So that's been done. So there's nothing for T5 in the bargain store. But the next one is to get the mix set that I have to mythic. So already some pieces at gold. So this rotation, I can buy some halos, I can buy some blueprints, and some brains. So that's what I'm gonna be working on. And speaking of, let's bring up the different charts that I made. So first of all, there it is on 2-hour Langer. Like I said, full mythic mix set. I have a budget. Well, I start with 275. Okay, 276,000 gems. I'm gonna get about 15,000 over the next 3 days, so 5,000 a day. There's no treasure trove, so I'm gonna get a total budget of 290,000. The must buy is basically the Blazing Embers, the blueprints, the halos, and the brains. So that's going to cost me 238,000. And with my remaining 52,000 budget, I am going to buy some Lunar Crest for my armor, because this is a range blast account, so I need to work on that. I will need, after this, I will need about 5 Lunar Crest, 5 gold Lunar Crest to get my beastly armor to gold. And as you can see, I will not have any gems left. Throw all Langer, the Winter Myths to +12 Astrolite. I'm gonna have a budget of total 251,000. So the must buy on that is only the Astrolite, as well as the Blazing Ember chest. So that's 116,000. My remaining budget, it's gonna go like I'm gonna prioritize the halos and the brains, so 135,000, and the blueprints, I'm only gonna be able to buy 12. That's assuming that nothing changed here. And I'm gonna have 0 gems. So why the brains over the blueprints? Well, first of all, I need more brains. It's 9 rares instead of 8. And I have a feeling that blueprints are like all the time in the bargain store, while we have some rotation where the brains were not there. On Langer 4, so the goal was max sigil plus mythic speed gear. Basically a total of budget of 227,000 gems. The must buy on this, it's kind of easy, the sigils and the Blazing Ember, so that's going to cost me 118,000. My remaining budget is going to go into, once again, I'm going to prioritize the halos and then the Astrolite, because maybe I'm going to Astrolite that stupid set. We'll see, most likely. And then I'm going to buy, with the remaining about 10 brains for the Skull Crusher. Once again, I'm not going to have any gems at the end of this bargain store. It's a great bargain store, by the way. There's a lot of things for everyone. And then lastly, on Langer 69 with the Gold Champ often, basically I'm going to have a budget of 131,000 gems, a little bit less gems on a daily basis that I get. At this point, it's only going to get me 13 Crimson chests. Hopefully I can get the 15, but I would need 20,000 extra gems for that. We'll see what happens. The bargain store has not started. Maybe I'm gonna get lucky with some of the monsters, with some of the guild gifts, even though there's not a lot. So basically, that is my strategy for bargain store, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you guys are planning to do with the bargain store. Do you have enough gems to buy everything you want? Are you gonna be spending all your gems with this rotation? And let me know in the comments below if you don't have any gems, what's the reason? Did you guys not plan for this? You guys should know by now that we get the bargain store every month, every 2 months, so you guys need to plan ahead for this. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.